Sony is apparently deeply considering or right now in talks with all the right people about making The Amazing Spider-Man 3. And this all might actually hinge on just what happens with Spider-Man, aka Andrew Garfield, next, and how things could fall into place sooner rather than later. Have we really gone from The Amazing Spider-Man will never be acknowledged again by Sony after the disaster of a release of The Amazing Spider-Man 2, where they fell flat on their face because they announced 5 sequel films in development in this universe? Have we really gone from that Sony who never wants to acknowledge it to Marvel Studios mended all the broken heart and promises to Andrew Garfield and got him back for Spider-Man No Way Home, to him now officially stating, I'm ready and I want to make The Amazing Spider-Man 3, to we're actually gonna get it? Well, according to a report, Sony is in deep talks to actually make The Amazing Spider-Man 3, and there is still some chatter that this could be somewhat multiversed and also be a film that involves Venom, but again, we're just gonna have to wait and see. If this turns out to be true, from what I'm gathering from this would not be a standalone Sony film. And this might actually be a co-produced film with Marvel Studios, meaning that this would essentially be produced like every Spider-Man film in the MCU, where Marvel Studios and Disney are half flipping the bill for Sony, and then the marketing machine is the same deal, the release and box office take would be the same deal, but Sony could rest easy knowing that they got people that are writing the Spider-Man films that have resonated good with audiences and critics, and they don't have to worry about it falling flat on its face again, which we've seen has become a problem with their films. Even the ones that make money, like Venom and Venom 2, are still seen as terrible films. They're just selling because Venom is in it. So, if this is in fact how they're going to handle it, and this is what Andrew Garfield was sort of, I guess, insinuating by saying, well, I'll do it as long as they got a good idea and a good creative pitch. Maybe Marvel Studios is the creative pitch. And I mean, why wouldn't they be open to the idea, you know? Hey, you guys get to make another Spider-Man film, and it spins off of things happening in the multiverse. You also make more money, and this time, since you're co-producing it, if you want to make a ton of money off the action figures, which you will, because Spider-Man does, I mean, it's all there, you know? Like, there's something to this that I could legitimately see being real and a thing, and I certainly hope it is. I've said it before, while I have my issues with the Amazing Spider-Man universe, the actors, the director, and the people making the film were never the issue for me. It was always the politicians and the bureaucrats in the back calling the shots from Sony's top brass that were always the problem that held these films back. If you can get rid of them, I think we might have something special.